hand me my screen box?
Seriously.
Hello, evening, Judge.
Hello, Miss Friday.
Ah, I'm nervous.
Me too.
Can I start?
No, you need an attorney. So we'll wait for your attorney to get here.
I want to introduce myself a little better. I'm Carla Friday.
I know who you are. So just hold on a moment. We're getting Mr. Ward and then we can start,
Thank
okay?
you. I didn't get to speak with him before the whole court case. I was hoping he would have.
Okay. So you're going to need to speak to Mr. Ward?
Yes, we need to. We need to speak on the terms of leaving today. I'm in dire need to
Okay,
see
well,
my children.
I don't,
They are.
no, hold on. I don't need to know what you're going to talk about, but you're going to need to speak with your attorney, you're indicating?
Yes.
Okay. Then while we try to find Mr. Ward, why don't we take her back?
Are we going to come back up front
Pardon?
afterwards?
I want you to go with the officer right now, and then that way Mr. Ward will be able to talk with you, and then we can call you back out to do
Okay.
it. Let Alan know that Mr. Ward now needs to go talk to his client. Recalls case, people versus Friday.
Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Morgan Barroso on behalf of the people.
Morning.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd be requesting Zachary Ward on behalf of Miss Friday. Miss Friday, can you state your full name?
My name is Colin Nicole Friday, sir.
Your Honor, at this point, the court should be in receipt of a referral to the Washtenaw County Mental Health Court. We'd be asking the court.
We'll be asking the court to help.
Not right.
I'm sorry. I know you. You got a lot of pressure.
I handed it to Madam Clerk.
No, I haven't. I just thought we had done this before for whatever reason.
Your Honor, we adjourned it to have the discussions whether the people would agree to a mental health court referral. We found out just last week that they were. So
That they weren't.
they are in referral,
They're working on it together.
that the people are in agreement. And so that's why we are now presenting the court with the referral to the Washtenaw County Mental Health Court. So
I do have a job
Friday.
lined up too. I want to let you know I am goal oriented. I have a family and I need to take care of my children and myself when I get out of here. I do.
We're not at that part yet, Miss Friday. We're
Oh.
talking about what we're doing with the
I just-
case, then we can talk about bond.
Okay. Bond out.
So I'm taking it the people have no objection to the adjournment for the referral?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And I think the people were requesting that it be set for a PCC,
I
like,
don't go backwards.
no, but like notated on the docket so that they don't have to subpoena witnesses at the next.
Well, you can agree that the witnesses don't have
I will
to
agree.
be, but
I would
I
just-
will set it for a preliminary examination.
All right. Well, like today, I will not be, we're waiving witnesses.
He said he'd want to help me get out of here today.
Yeah, we're gonna get to
With all
that.
possible possibilities. I do have help outside from Livingston County. They're going to be assisting me finding a hotel when I get out and getting into a new car. I have a friend's
I
house.
said it wasn't that time.
I think there's a lot of time to talk. This is the perfect opportunity
Right,
to
but we gotta-
present myself into the lawyer. I want him
We're gonna do it.
and
I promise
the
we're gonna do it.
judge to see that I am doing much better than you think I am. The people in here don't have a lot of hope and faith in my heart. I want them to see that I am capable of caring for myself. And when I leave, I have a lot set up for me. I have a car. I have a friend, my old boxing trainer. He is a great friend of mine, Bob Kerr. He passed away. He was my and his son is gonna be taking me in to getting my license.
Miss Freddie, hold,
Yes, sir.
hold for just one moment.
Okay, thank you.
How much more time would we need to get this referral?
I've been in
I
discussion.
mean, because I have either the 31st, but then I don't have exams until the end of November. So
Can we please do the 31st, Your Honor?
preliminary examination will be adjourned October 31st, 2023, 9 a.m. I'm presuming, since what I was hearing, that you wish to argue bond.
I would love to, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, despite appearances, Miss Friday has come a long way since her incarceration. She has been in jail since, I believe, April 1st of this year. She is working with CMH. She's currently enrolled in the Livingston.
Ma'am, you got to turn back around. Thank you. Go
She's
on.
currently enrolled with the Livingston County ACT program through CMH. She has been meeting with her caseworker in custody. I have verified they are prepared to set her up with temporary housing. And she is now on injectable medication, which obviously
It's just an antidepressant. It's nothing major. It is a Abilify, and that is a very good antidepressant to use in my case for my situation. With the depression I've been getting from the dealing with my mom, coping with her being my guardian and my payee. I need her to relinquish the guardianship on my part too.
I'll leave it there, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Ward, what are you asking the court to do?
Your Honor, we'd be requesting a personal bond, as it does sound like there's significant support and services available for Miss Friday, and she understands that she still has to continue with the mental health court screening process while out of custody. But as I explained to her, I'm hopeful that we can have potentially mental health court lined up by the next court date if the court is not inclined to do that.
Any response from the people?
Yes, Your Honor, very briefly, I request that we keep on the way that it is, at least until October 31st. At this point, we do not have approval for mental health treatment court. I am appreciative that the defendant has support in the local community. However, we do not have confirmation of a housing location for the defendant, or that she is supposed to have something set up with a hotel with Livingston County. That would potentially be a barrier for Washington County mental health if she's not living in the county. So I would like to have some form of a more concrete plan in place before we even entertain the idea of a personal bond.
I think that I have a pretty good chance of getting out on my feet. I have a friend named Scott Floyd. He's in a different county than me, but and I also have a friend named Vernon Stockdale that would be supportive of me to help me get out of here because I don't have any contacts in the jail. It's making it really hard for me to be able to maneuver anything and have it my footwork set out and everything planned. Like I can do so much more. I'm more capable. I'm more proclined to being successful outside of jail. Please, Your Honor.
But you don't have a place to reside.
I do in Livingston County, and I do have
You
friends
listen-
out there.
Hold on, Miss Friday. If you listen to what the prosecutor said, problem is if you set up residence in Livingston County, the services that are set here are going to disappear.
I know they are supportive, aren't they? I'm thinking I'm going to remain in Livingston County or until I get a hotel, like from Patrick. He was talking about it with Sarah O'Connor in Washtenaw to get me hooked up with a place in Ann Arbor. So I can find a place and maintain in the county so I can finish up the 18 months of the services that they want me to go through.
None of the screening for mental health court has taken place at this point, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. We did reach out to Livingston about a transfer there, as that's where the services are. Livingston County is not accepting transfers at this time. Miss Friday is willing to relocate to Washtenaw to take advantage of the mental health court.
But we
And the
don't
buses.
have that in place at this point.
There's a
Not in
bus system.
Washtenaw. We have all the services lined up in Livingston.
And I do have a friend, like I said, Vernon Scottdale, and he's been a friend of mine for 4 years. He would let me move in with him. I know he's not here today, but he is a friend of mine. I have several contacts in my phone to get me started on my way to my wellness path. And I just want your support.
Well, you have my support, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to let you out today. I'd like to see what the assessment reads from the mental health court prior to making any decision to release this defendant. I also want to make sure that things are in place for her. If she's going to be here in Washtenaw County, then we've got to make sure things are in place. We know where she is and that we're not setting her up for disaster by just releasing her and hoping that things kind of work out between the two counties.
Your Honor, please.
So-
I have children. My babies need me.
Okay, Miss Friday. Miss Friday. I get that.
It's really far away from now. They've examined me several times and I've been in here, everyone that's talked to me, what's his name? There's Camille Hallenquist and the public defender, Lauren Brown. They talked to me and worked with me while they were in here, and I had been deemed coherent and capable of caring for myself
I
several
understand
times,
that.
Your Honor. And
I
I
understand that. I ordered that was the case. That doesn't mean that I'm convinced that everything is in place for you so that things don't go haywire for you. Not through any fault of your own, but because things aren't in place for you here in Washington.
so you're talking about
So that's what I'd like to see if that's where it's going to head. I'm not saying that I won't let you out ever. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I want to see certain things in place. I want the mental health assessment done. We don't have that done yet. And I want to see all of that before I make a decision. I'm not just,
Yes, sir.
Friday, you've been before me before. I'm not going to just make a willy-nilly decision despite what anybody wants.
I think the whole thing set up by my mom. My mom is mental too. She doesn't get mental health help either, and she needs it. I'm gonna petition her when I get out of here
Okay, I'm not, Miss Friday, I'm not worried about your mom.
to court.
I'm worried about you.
I wish people
Okay?
would stop
No,
worrying about
no,
me so
no.
much.
You gotta
I do
listen.
care for
Miss
myself.
Friday, I listen to you. You gotta listen to me.
Yes, sir.
I'm worried about you. And I'm gonna make sure that everything's in place to give you the best chance at success. If I'm not convinced that's gonna happen, I'm not gonna release you. That's just the way it is. And you can not like my decision. You can be upset with me all you want.
I'm not
But I'm
upset
gonna
with you.
do-
I'm just upset with the ordeal. This has nothing to do with you. This is what they did to me.
Okay. And Miss
And I was
Miss
set up
Friday,
to
Miss
make
Friday.
look bad, and I didn't. I think this whole thing was a setup, honestly. My mom and Aaron got together. I wasn't speaking to them, and Peggy Lewis is my witness. Those people do not treat me or the kids right,
Okay, Miss Friday.
and I want to lose.
Ultimately, we're gonna
So
get to
2
the
weeks.
okay. Ultimately, we're gonna get to the bottom of that. And Mr. Ward and the PD's up there. We'll figure that out. But we've got to take it step by step. And so the
Honestly,
next step is to figure all of the rest of that out. So what I'm going to do is I'll wait for the initial, or at least the screening done by the mental health court. There's going to be some work on trying to arrange residency if she's going to be here, or if they begin to accept transfers in Livingston, then we can try to work something.
I don't have that.
there.
I don't have my
So-
contacts. How am I supposed to get a hold of these people so I can reassure this?
We'll call them. I'll talk to Patrick. You gotta let the judge talk.
It's the whole thing with Patrick doesn't know all the numbers either. I have all my contacts in my phone. I have 60 contacts. I have a lot of friends and family that would support me if they knew about this.
Okay. So I've told you what I'm going to do.
Good.
I stick to my word, but I'm not going to do anything until I get this other information, Miss Fred.
You will let me go next time though, right?
Pardon?
You will release me next. And
I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that I will
I
take
just
the
wanna make-
information that I have at that time and I will make a decision. I don't make promises like that into the future. I just don't. Thank you. I'll continue.
Can you hear it? Can you hear it? Ma'am? Ma'am? Can you hear it?
No.
Okay.
I have no patience for that. And trust me, at the end of the day, I'm sitting up here, I'm the one that needs the grant.